All right, it's 12 o'clock. Thank you very much indeed for staying with us. I'm going to take you now straight to Centurion, the home of Bob Mabena. Remember, his funeral is today. The legendary radio and television personality. There you see his coffin. We'll take you now live to Sipho Stuurman, who's monitoring things for us. There, Sipho, a very good afternoon to you. What are you seeing?
Well, a very good afternoon to you and our viewers at home. There you see it, the remains of the legendary broadcaster Bob Mabena making his final ride from his Centurion home to Rebecca Street Cemetery in Pretoria West, where there will be a short 1-hour service for the family, colleagues and friends to say their final goodbyes. It's been a very emotional week for many in the media industry. The family and the colleagues having had to say goodbye to the Gemma, who passed away very unexpectedly. Very emotional scenes. Family members and colleagues as they are leaving his home, going to say their final goodbyes at the cemetery, Rebecca Street Cemetery, there in Pretoria West, where we will have a 1-hour service to celebrate the man's life and his incredible 3 decades long career. His remains arrived the previous day, that is on Friday, here at his home, and now they are making that final last ride where he will be cremated in Pretoria. Perhaps let's listen in as they singing, saying their last goodbye here as the family and friends exiting his home, accompanying Bob the Gemma on his last ride to his final resting place. Of course, Bob Mabena being remembered as a pioneer in the broadcasting field, both on radio and television. But more than that, he was not just in front of cameras or before the mic, but he was also a great executive, having kick-started many of these black urban radio stations. His final, of course, home on radio was Power FM, where he was the breakfast show host there. Of course, he's also credited with a lot of, finding young talent and nurturing young talent into the broadcasting sphere. Is known as a man with a very big character, a loving man who is larger than life and very humble despite his very successful career. Spending over 3 decades. All right, well, there a bit of service, of course, as the family says goodbye, and he will be making that final ride to Rebecca Street Cemetery plane, and then, of course, we will then pick up the broadcasting from Rebecca Street Cemetery in Pretoria West, where there will be a service for 1 hour. But that is all from his home right now. He will be making that last ride to Pretoria West Cemetery.
All right, Sipho Stuurman, they're live for us, monitoring the scenes outside Bob Mabena's home. Just to think that he went on air at the age of 19 years old. This is a tough industry. Tell me about it. I've been with it for about 17 years now. And to have that staying power, to be still relevant, 30 years on, back in 1989 he started, by the way, 30 years on, it's incredible. He's done so much, and you got a sense that he had so much more to give as well. So we'll go back to Sipho there for the funeral service of the legendary radio as well as television personality, Bob Mabena. All right, let's get you some other news now. The United States Embassy has delivered $6 million